Before we dive into the enchanting world of Hoi An, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more journeys that awaken your senses and soul. Hoi An emerges not merely as a city on the map, but as a living testament to centuries of culture, trade, and human connection. Its narrow, winding streets are lined with time-worn buildings whose faded yellow walls and weathered wooden shutters whisper stories of merchants, travelers, and families who have walked these paths long before the first tourist arrived. Intimacy pervades the air as sunlight filters through the swaying palm trees, painting the cobblestones with warm golden hues. This is where history doesn't rest behind glass, but pulses vividly in every corner, shadow, and breath of wind that dances along the river. From the first step onto the streets of the old town, the senses are alive. The scent of incense drifts from a quiet temple tucked between shops, mingling with the aroma of sizzling street food. The laughter of children echoes against the walls of ancient homes, while the gentle lap of the Thu Bon River creates a serene rhythm beneath the bustling life of the town. Here, the past is not a distant memory, it is an active presence, a companion that walks alongside you. The old wooden bridges, the ornate lanterns hanging from balconies, and the faded murals tell a story that is as fragile as it is enduring. As one strolls further, the architectural harmony of Hoi An reveals itself. Each house seems to possess a personality, carved from decades of labor and care. Roof tiles, curved and aged by time, crown the structures like gentle guardians, while carved wooden doors and shutters display the artistry of generations. Walking down these streets, you feel the layers of human life pressing gently against you. The merchants who traded silk and ceramics centuries ago, the artisans whose hands shaped the objects that now seem almost sacred, and the families who continue to nurture this living heritage. The city is a delicate balance, where old and new, permanence and impermanence, mingle effortlessly. The lanterns of Hoi An, iconic and ever-present, are not merely decorative, they are vessels of hope, dreams, and memory. By day, the soft glow of sunlight makes the colors vivid yet subtle. By night, they ignite a magical light, reflected in the water like stars fallen from the heavens. Hundreds of lanterns swaying gently in the evening breeze can render even the most hurried traveler speechless, inviting a pause, a deep breath, and a quiet reflection on the beauty of simplicity. Each lantern, whether in a shop window or floating atop the river, carries the weight of intention, a wish, a prayer, a whispered hope. The rhythm of life in Hoi An is gentle yet profound. There is no urgency here, no relentless pace demanding attention. Instead, there is a measured cadence, set by the river, the wind, and the human heartbeat. Every step is an invitation to linger, every glance an opportunity to connect. The streets are alive, yet they breathe with a calm that seems almost impossible in our modern world. Even among the flow of people, locals going about their day, tourists exploring, the town maintains its quiet dignity. It teaches a subtle lesson. Beauty is not in haste, but in presence. As the journey unfolds, one discovers that Hoi An is not a single narrative but a collection of overlapping stories. There are the tales of merchants from Japan, China, and Europe who once docked along its riverbanks, leaving traces in the architecture, food, and culture. There are the intimate stories of families who have lived in the same homes for generations, nurturing traditions with a dedication that transcends time. And there are the quiet, often overlooked stories of artisans, gilders, lantern makers, wood carvers, whose hands continue to shape the living soul of the city. Walking past the riverside, the mind can wander freely, drawn by the gentle sway of water and the flickering light of lanterns. The city reveals its most intimate moments here, by the Thu Bon River. Boats float lazily, carrying families, merchants, or simply reflections of the sky above. The water mirrors the world in a way that softens the edges of reality, blending past and present, movement and stillness, into a single, fluid experience. One cannot help but feel part of something larger, a continuum of life and history that flows beyond comprehension. Hoi An is a city that encourages introspection. While its streets offer tangible sights, the deeper experience lies in feeling, listening to the cadence of daily life, inhaling the subtle sense of incense, wood, and salt from the nearby sea. Observing the interactions between locals, artisans, and visitors, the city whispers, rather than shouts, guiding those willing to pay attention into moments of quiet revelation. It is a place where the external journey and internal reflection intertwine, creating a symphony of awareness that resonates long after one departs. Even a simple act, walking across the Japanese covered bridge, becomes a meditation. With its curved roof and intricate carvings, the bridge is not merely an architectural marvel but a symbol of cultural harmony. A meeting point of influences and traditions that have converged here for centuries. Crossing it slowly, one senses the flow of time, the merging of East and West, human aspiration, and natural beauty. It is a reminder that every path in Hoi An, no matter how narrow, carries history, memory, and significance. This first encounter with Hoi An sets the tone for everything that follows. Here, the city is more than a destination, it is a teacher. A sanctuary, a mirror reflecting the nuances of human experience. It is a place where history is alive. The pulse of the river synchronizes with the pulse of the heart. And even a fleeting moment can feel eternal. As the sun dips toward the horizon, the city transitions from the golden warmth of day to the lantern-lit magic of night. Shadows stretch, lanterns ignite, and the rhythm of Hoi An shifts subtly. Here begins a journey not just through streets and markets, but through memory, imagination, and the essence of what it means to pause, observe, and feel. Absolutely. Here's the second 1000 to 1200 word section in American English. Continuing the narrative with immersive descriptions of Hoi An's natural landscapes, rivers, beaches, and countryside. Beyond the ancient streets, Hoi An opens into a world of gentle rivers, shimmering beaches, and vast rice paddies, a realm where nature breathes freely and the soul can stretch. If the old town is the heart of Hoi An, then the Thu Bon River, and Bang Beach, and the surrounding countryside are its lifeblood, quiet, generous, and sustaining. Stepping away from the cobblestone streets, a traveler discovers a different kind of Hoi An, expansive, open, alive with the rhythm of water and wind, where each moment offers a lesson in patience and presence. The Thu Bon River winds gracefully through the region, carrying centuries of memory along its reflective surface. By day, the river glimmers under the sun as small wooden boats glide slowly, paddles dipping in rhythmic motion, laughter drifting from riverside homes. Fishermen check their nets, children splash at the water's edge, and the occasional merchant delivers goods along narrow canals. The river transforms into a luminous mirror by night, reflecting hundreds of glowing lanterns and drifting floral offerings. Standing along the riverbank, one feels the weight of history and the softness of serenity intertwined. As if the current carries away the world's burdens. A short ride from the old town, and Bang Beach stretches in soft, golden curves, unlike bustling tourist beaches elsewhere. And Bang is gentle and expansive, offering an intimate dialogue with the sea. Waves lap softly against the shore. Palm trees sway in rhythm with the breeze, and sand sifts like silk beneath bare feet. Walking along the shoreline at sunset, the sky aflame with pinks and oranges, it is easy to surrender to a profound sense of calm. Here, the sea speaks not with force, but with life's quiet, persistent cadence. Lying back on the sand or listening to the whisper of water, the traveler feels both infinitesimal and infinite, tethered yet weightless. Further along, the fishing village of Cao Lau reveals another facet of Hoi An. At dawn, the harbor teems with life, boats returning with nets full of fish, seagulls wheeling overhead, the air thick with the briny scent of the ocean. Visitors can join the fishermen, hauling the day's catch or grilling seafood on the sand. In this shared labor, the sea becomes a partner, a teacher, a presence as vital as the people themselves. Every shimmer of sunlight on wet nets, every gleam of fish scales, every breath of salt-laden air reminds the traveler of the intimate dance between human effort and natural rhythm. In the countryside, the rice paddies of Cam Ton exude their own hypnotic beauty. When the season turns and the rice ripens, the fields become a golden ocean, waves of stalks bending gently in the wind. Travelers can navigate narrow waterways on basket boats, threading through the iconic coconut palms of the region, listening to water lap against the hull and birds singing overhead. Here, every step, every ripple, every rustle of leaves conveys a lesson in patience. humility, and harmony. The paddies are not merely scenery, they are a classroom where the human spirit can absorb the quiet, consistent wisdom of the land. Nature in Hoi An is not passive. It participates in the city's story, teaching resilience and grace. The flowing rivers, the enduring palms, the patient fishermen, and the fertile rice fields demonstrate the persistence of life. They whisper that even as society accelerates and distractions multiply, there exist places where one can breathe, where the rhythm of the earth can guide the rhythm of the heart. Here, visitors learn to slow down, to be present, and to notice the subtle interplay of elements that sustain life. Moreover, the natural surroundings of Hoi An always come alive through human interaction. Whether paddling through coconut groves, tending rice paddies, or walking barefoot along the beach, visitors are invited to simultaneously engage with the environment and the community. Locals share stories, demonstrate techniques, and guide travelers through centuries-old traditions. Each encounter deepens the sense of belonging, transforming sightseeing into participation, observation into intimacy. One begins to understand that to witness Hoi An is to become a part of its ongoing narrative. A profound inner renewal occurs amid the rivers, seas, and fields. Burdens of the modern world seem to dissolve with the tides, stress, fatigue, and doubt wash away in the rhythm of nature. The body relaxes, the mind quiets, and the heart opens. Every wave, breeze, and stretch of golden sand is a gentle reminder that peace is available to those who pause. That clarity emerges when we surrender to the moment, and that life's simplest pleasures often hold the most profound truths. Hoi An's magic lies in this intertwining of the natural and human worlds. The city teaches that beauty is not only in what is seen but in what is felt, the cool brush of river water, the warmth of sand underfoot, the fragrance of salt air, the laughter of children, the patience of farmers. Each of these experiences weaves into the traveler's memory, forming a tapestry of sensations as emotional as visual. Leaving the old town, carrying the glow of lanterns in one's memory, the salty tang of the sea on the skin, the sweet freshness of herbs from the fields, the gentle sway of coconut leaves, and the soft murmur of the river. Travelers are transformed. Hoi An is not merely a place to see, it is a place to feel, to inhabit, to let its rhythm infiltrate the soul. And in that rhythm, in that quiet yet persistent life force, comes a subtle awakening, a renewal of spirit, and the profound recognition that serenity is never lost. It simply waits in the folds of experience for one to notice. Hoi An, with its historic streets, natural landscapes, and living culture, is more than a destination. It is a journey inward, a meeting with oneself, a space where history, nature, and human connection converge to remind us of what is truly precious, moments of stillness, connection, and gratitude. Every step along its streets, every glide across its waters, every whisper of wind through its palms is an invitation to pause, breathe, and feel alive in a way that lingers long after the journey ends. Absolutely. Here's the third 1,000 to 1,200 word section in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's vibrant festivals, lanterns, and cultural celebrations. Hoi An's soul truly comes alive during its festivals, when the city transforms from a quiet, reflective space into a stage brimming with color, sound, and celebration. These are not mere spectacles, they are living traditions that pulse with the rhythm of the community. Bridging past and present, connecting locals and visitors, and illuminating the city's enduring spirit. Each festival is a thread in the intricate tapestry of Hoi An, revealing layers of history, faith, and joy that cannot be fully captured in photographs or words, they must be felt. Perhaps the most iconic and ethereal experience is the flower lantern ceremony on the Thu Bon River. On the night of the full moon, the river becomes a liquid mirror, dotted with hundreds of tiny lanterns carrying wishes, hopes, and prayers. The glow reflects off the water, flickering like captured stars. While gentle currents carry the lanterns downstream, visitors release their lanterns, sending messages of longing, gratitude, or dreams into the night. In that moment, a sense of unity pervades, strangers become companions, past and present merge, and the river itself seems to hold the collective heartbeat of everyone present. It is a quiet magic, an intimate connection with both the tangible and the spiritual, leaving hearts lightened and minds renewed. The Lantern Festival, held monthly, is another signature of Hoi An's cultural identity. As evening descends, electric lights dim, and lanterns of all shapes and colors illuminate the streets and riverbanks. Red, gold, green, and violet lanterns hang like jewels from balconies and eaves, their glow reflected in the water below. Music drifts through the air, traditional tunes played on flutes, drums, and strings, while street performers enact dances, acrobatics, and theatrical stories from centuries past. Walking through these lantern-lit streets, visitors are enveloped in a dreamlike atmosphere. Each lantern, each note of music, each step along the cobblestone evokes a sense of wonder and reverence, reminding all who wander here that beauty and joy can be found in moments of shared celebration. Mid-Autumn Festival, or the Children's Festival, brings another dimension to Hoi An. Streets fill with playful energy as children carry star-shaped lanterns, colorful carp lanterns, and intricately designed paper creations. The air rings with laughter, drumming, and the melodic chants of festival songs. For adults, the festival is a portal to nostalgia, a reminder of childhood innocence, family togetherness, and simple pleasures often forgotten in the rush of everyday life. Watching the children parade through the streets, visitors sense a continuity of culture and community, a living bridge between generations. Equally captivating are the traditional folk performances, such as the Bai Choi. In open-air squares, singers call out verses, players respond, and the crowd participates with laughter and applause. Bai Choi is more than a game, it is storytelling, communal joy, and playful wisdom wrapped into one. Visitors often join in, clapping along or attempting to win the game, experiencing firsthand the cleverness, humor, and camaraderie embedded in centuries of local tradition. It is entertaining and enlightening, a glimpse into the communal spirit underpinning Hoi An. Religious and seasonal ceremonies further enrich the cultural tapestry. The Whale Festival, honoring the sea and its creatures, features intricate rituals that fishermen and community elders perform. Smoke from ceremonial incense drifts into the night sky, while drums and gongs resonate across the shoreline. Similarly, village festivals celebrating harvests, river blessings, or ancestor worship unfold with elaborate costumes, processions, and symbolic offerings. Observing these traditions, visitors see how deeply intertwined the people are with their environment and beliefs. Witnessing faith expressed through labor, ritual, and shared celebration, what makes these festivals unique is the spectacle and the harmony with which they unfold. Even in crowded streets, there is a sense of balance, a rhythm that guides movement, interaction, and attention. Visitors are not outsiders observing a performance, they become participants, temporarily woven into the fabric of the city's life. In these moments, distinctions between resident and traveler blur, and everyone becomes part of the ongoing story of Hoi An. There is a subtle lesson in this immersion. Festivals in Hoi An are not only about entertainment, they are invitations to presence, witness, and reflect. They remind travelers that joy can be found in communal engagement, that beauty is amplified when shared, and that culture is not static, it is a living, breathing practice, sustained through participation and reverence. Those who wander through lantern-lit streets, clap along to Bai Choi songs, or watch the river carry 1,000 glowing flowers learn a quiet but powerful truth: connection, celebration, and mindfulness are timeless. Even after the lanterns are extinguished and the music fades, the resonance of Hoi An's festivals lingers. Visitors carry it as an inner light, a memory of harmony, warmth, and human creativity. The city teaches that celebration is not merely an outward display, it is a practice of the heart, a form of gratitude, and a recognition of the continuity of life across generations. Each festival becomes a lens through which the beauty of everyday life can be appreciated. A way of seeing the world with wonder, reverence, and openness. In Hoi An, the interplay of light, sound, and human presence creates a profound emotional experience. It is a city where culture is tangible, history is active, and every lantern, song, or ritual is an invitation to pause, reflect, and participate. Visitors leave not only with photographs or souvenirs, but with a sense of belonging, a deepened appreciation for human creativity, and a renewed awareness of the beauty inherent in shared traditions. Through its festivals, lanterns, and folk practices, Hoi An becomes more than a destination. it becomes a teacher, guiding travelers toward mindfulness, empathy, and joy. Every footstep in the lantern-lit streets, every note of a drum, every flicker of candlelight is an invitation to reconnect with culture, community, and oneself. Here, the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, the fleeting becomes eternal, and each heart opens a little wider to the world's wonders. Perfect. Here's the *4th 1000 to 1200 word section * in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's cuisine and traditional crafts. If architecture forms the soul of Hoi An, then its cuisine beats like the heart, vibrant, nourishing, and unforgettable. Each dish carries centuries of history, culture, and care, telling stories as rich as the cobblestone streets and lantern-lit alleys. To taste Hoi An is to step into its heritage, feel the city's pulse with every bite, and understand how food can bridge the past and the present in the most intimate way. The first dish to capture a visitor's attention is Cao Lau *, a noodle specialty unique to Hoi An. More than just a combination of pork, fresh greens, and golden yellow noodles, Cao Lau embodies centuries of trade, cultural fusion, and local tradition. The noodles are firm and slightly chewy, made from water drawn from the ancient Ba La well, and the pork is marinated with spices that speak of the city's historic connections to faraway lands. Eating Cao Lau is a sensory meditation, the crisp freshness of greens, the rich umami of meat, the gentle chew of noodles, and the subtle aroma of local herbs all combine to evoke the essence of Hoi An, balanced, refined, and soulful. Then there's Mi Quang *, a dish whose simplicity belies its profound depth. Each bowl contains thick noodles, tender pork, chicken, or shrimp slices, garnished with roasted peanuts, fresh herbs, and a splash of savory broth. The colors alone, a golden tinge from turmeric, vibrant green herbs, the pink of shrimp, create a visual feast. But the flavors are what truly linger. Eating Mi Quang is an act of mindfulness. Each bite offers texture, fragrance, and warmth, a reminder that culinary tradition can be humble and magnificent. No exploration of Hoi An cuisine is complete without tasting its world-famous *Banh Mi *, particularly the legendary Banh Mi Phuong, a crisp baguette, freshly baked and still warm, envelops savory meats, delicate pate, fresh herbs, and spicy, tangy sauces. Each bite is a symphony: crunch, softness, sweetness, spice, and freshness all performing in harmony. Eating a banh mi here is not simply nourishment, it is an experience. A connection to street food culture elevated to artistry. The aroma alone invites you to pause, inhale, and savor the complexity and simplicity. For those seeking comfort and subtlety, Cam Ga Pha Hoi *, the local chicken rice, offers a quiet, understated pleasure. Tender shredded chicken atop fragrant rice, seasoned by the rich broth, fried shallots, fresh herbs, and a carefully balanced dipping sauce, demonstrates the elegance of minimalism. Each element is carefully curated to enhance the others, creating a wholesome and harmonious dish reflecting the thoughtful, deliberate nature of Hoi An itself. Hoi An's cuisine would not be complete without the local herbs from *Trate village. These greens are cultivated using ancient, sustainable techniques, nourished by river silt and free from chemicals. They provide brightness, fragrance, and texture to every dish, from Cao Lau to Mi Quang, elevating meals with a touch of natural purity. Eating here is not just about flavor, it is about understanding the deep connection between food, land, and community, a subtle reminder of the cycles that sustain people and place. Beyond food, Hoi An's craftsmanship offers another window into its soul. Thanh Ha Pottery Village, for instance, demonstrates centuries of hands-on artistry. The clay, shaped on spinning wheels by skilled hands, becomes pots, vases, and artistic creations that carry the legacy of generations. Visitors may try their hand at the wheel, feeling the malleable clay respond to touch, learning through participation the patience, precision, and passion required to transform earth into art. It is a tactile connection to history, where creativity and tradition intertwine seamlessly. Equally vital are Kim Bong carpentry and woodcraft. Local artisans transform raw timber into doors, statues, furniture, and intricate decorations, each piece reflecting skill, patience, and respect for material and form. Walking through Kim Bong workshops, one can hear the rhythmic tap of chisels and the gentle scrape of sandpaper. A meditation in motion, each carving tells a story, preserving motifs from temples, communal houses, and historic homes. The experience of witnessing, or participating in, this craft is an intimate dialogue between human intention and natural material, revealing the artistry embedded in daily life. Then there is the ethereal beauty of Hoi An lanterns, made from bamboo and silk, adorned with intricate designs. They illuminate the streets and rivers, blending art with utility. Every lantern results from careful planning, delicate hands, and artistic vision. When hung, the glow is soft and welcoming. When floated on water, the effect is magical, a mirror of stars upon the river. These lanterns are more than decorations, they are symbols of hope, memory, and continuity, tangible expressions of the city's luminous soul. What unites Hoi An's cuisine and crafts is a sense of mindfulness and care. Every ingredient, brushstroke, knot in bamboo, and wood curve is deliberate, considered, and infused with intention. Visitors who taste the food or handle the crafts participate in a dialogue with the city, learning its rhythms, appreciating its subtleties, and recognizing the depth of human connection embedded in simple, everyday acts. Every dish or object has a story of labor, love, and respect for tradition. Hoi An teaches that beauty is in the details and joy in the act of creation. Whether savoring a bowl of Cao Lau, nibbling a crisp banh mi, or shaping clay on a pottery wheel, one feels the vitality of craft, culture, and community. These experiences linger in memory, long after the streets and rivers have faded from view, carrying with them the warmth, patience, and richness of a city that honors history and human spirit. Through cuisine and craft, Hoi An transforms from a visual and historical wonder into a fully immersive, sensorial experience. Visitors are not mere observers, they are participants in the living heritage of a place where every meal, every piece of pottery, every lantern, and every carved door tells a story that invites reflection, awe, and connection. It is an education in mindfulness, taste, artistry, and cultural empathy, all delivered daily in a city that celebrates simplicity and elegance. Perfect. Here's the *5th 1000 to 1200 word section * in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's nighttime atmosphere, lantern-lit streets, and reflective river experiences. As night falls over Hoi An, the city transforms. The sun's golden warmth fades, replaced by a soft glow that dances across the river and streets, bringing the town to life in a new, enchanting way. This is when Hoi An's magic becomes tangible, when history, culture, and natural beauty converge in quiet celebration, and when the city's soul is illuminated by the gentle light of lanterns reflecting on the Thu Bon River. The night offers an intimate and expansive sensory embrace for those who walk these streets. The lanterns, iconic and ubiquitous, are the lifeblood of Hoi An after dark. Hung in every shop window, on every balcony, strung across narrow alleys, they radiate warmth and tranquility. Their colors, red, gold, green, violet, flicker softly in the evening breeze, casting patterns on ancient walls and cobblestone streets. The glow is never harsh or artificial, it is welcoming, comforting, and timeless, inviting the heart to slow and the mind to notice. Walking beneath a canopy of swaying lanterns, one feels like stepping into a dream, a space where time is suspended, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Along the Thu Bon River, the scene grows even more mesmerizing. Boats glide silently on the calm water, carrying families, couples, and small groups of visitors. Each ship becomes a moving sanctuary, a vessel of reflection, where passengers can watch lanterns drift by and see their reflections merge with the light and water. Floating lanterns, placed with wishes and prayers, drift downstream in slow, hypnotic motion. The river becomes a mirror for human hopes, a conduit for dreams, and a stage for quiet contemplation. Watching the glow ripple across the water makes feeling infinite and profoundly connected to this small yet timeless city easy. Nighttime in Hoi An is not crowded, though it is lively. Street performers, musicians, and vendors populate the alleys. Yet there is no rush, no chaos. The music is subtle, a soft accompaniment to conversation and laughter. Traditional instruments, sao, flute, ni, two-string fiddle, drums, provide a nostalgic and present soundtrack. Visitors hear stories in the melodies, histories in the rhythms, and emotion in the pauses between notes. Every corner, shadow, and glow is imbued with a sense of continuity, a reminder that the city's life is ongoing, persistent, and beautiful. One cannot speak of Hoi An at night without mentioning the quiet intimacy of its streets. Walking along Tren Phu, Nguyen Tai Ha, or Bok Dang, travelers encounter the gentle rhythm of daily life mingled with the extraordinary. Families linger outside their homes. Children chase one another under the lantern light. Elders sit in conversation, and shopkeepers clean or arrange their goods in preparation for the next day. There is a balance between motion and stillness, activity and reflection. The city seems to breathe with its inhabitants and visitors in unison, offering a rare calm in the modern world. The riverbanks, in particular, offer moments of profound connection. Sitting on a low wall, gazing at lanterns floating past, hearing the soft ripple of water, one is invited into reflection. The mind slows, thoughts quiet, and attention shifts from the chaos of daily life to the subtleties of light, color, and movement. Here, the external beauty of the city becomes a mirror for inner contemplation. Every flicker of candlelight, every gentle wave, every soft hum of conversation or music becomes a meditation, a lesson in presence, and a moment of quiet joy. Hoi An's night is also a celebration of impermanence and continuity. Lanterns float down the river, ephemeral yet impactful. Music drifts through the alleys, fading yet leaving resonance. Footsteps echo across cobblestones, passing yet imprinting memory. The city teaches that beauty and meaning are found not in permanence but in participation, noticing, and allowing oneself to be present. Visitors who embrace this rhythm discover a rare freedom from the noise of expectation, urgency, and freedom to be. Even a simple act, releasing a lantern onto the water, listening to the river's murmur, or pausing beneath a glowing street lamp, becomes profound. It is an intimate ritual of connection, not only with the city and its people, but with one's own thoughts, memories, and emotions. In these moments, travelers feel unburdened, as if the city has absorbed their worries, leaving only clarity, lightness, and quiet exhilaration. Hoi An, in its nocturnal splendor, offers a kind of rebirth, a temporary shedding of the outer world's demands and a return to a state of mindful presence. The reflection of lanterns in the river is particularly mesmerizing. Each shimmer, each flicker, seems to tell a story. Stories of those who have walked these streets before, of families who have lived and labored here for generations, of artisans whose hands shaped wood, clay, and silk into objects of lasting beauty. These reflections are more than visual, they symbolize continuity, memory, and the persistence of culture. They invite visitors to recognize the delicate balance between transience and permanence, encouraging reverence for the fleeting yet meaningful moments that define life. Walking the streets at night, watching the river carry lanterns and reflections, hearing music and laughter merge into a singular, gentle current, one experiences a profound alignment with the essence of Hoi An. The city is historic and living, intimate and expansive, quiet yet lively. Visitors feel a sense of belonging, even if only for a night, as if the city has entered their consciousness and woven them into its enduring story. Here, the heart learns patience, the mind learns attention, the spirit learns joy and simplicity. Every detail, the sway of a lantern, the rustle of leaves, the ripple of water, the warmth of light on weathered walls, works in concert to dissolve tension, to invite reflection, and to awaken a deep sense of peace. This nocturnal experience, unlike any daytime encounter, offers a rare gift, the chance to synchronize with the rhythm of a city that honors its past, celebrates its present, and welcomes all who arrive with openness and grace. By night, Hoi An is more than a destination, it is a sanctuary. It reminds travelers that beauty is not just in what is seen, but in what is felt. It teaches that presence is a kind of participation, that wonder can be cultivated through observation and intention, and that the quiet harmony of a lantern-lit river can illuminate not only streets but hearts. In these hours, every visitor carries the glow of Hoi An not just in memory, but in the more profound awareness of calm, connectedness, and the timeless pleasure of simply being. Here's the *6th 1000 to 1200 word section in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's village life, rural landscapes, and artisan communities. Beyond the lantern-lit streets and bustling riverbanks, Hoi An unfolds into a quieter, more intimate world, its villages, rice paddies, and artisan communities, where life moves with a rhythm shaped by nature, tradition, and human care. These spaces invite travelers to slow down, observe, and immerse themselves in a culture that has persisted for centuries without losing its warmth, vitality, or soul. Walking through these areas, one senses that the heartbeat of Hoi An is not found only in the old town but also in the gentle pulse of daily life unfolding across fields, rivers, and workshops. Canton Village's sprawling coconut groves and narrow waterways are a perfect example. Here, the land and the people coexist in quiet harmony. Basket boats, small and round, glide silently through the channels, guided by the gentle push of skilled hands. Families work along the banks, tending the land, fishing, or preparing small meals. Birds flit between the trees, and the soft murmur of water blends with human voices in a natural symphony. Traveling through Canton is like stepping into a living painting, where the colors, textures, and movements feel purposeful yet effortlessly serene. The rice paddies surrounding the village reveal yet another layer of Hoi An's rhythm. In the early morning, a fine mist rises over the fields, softening the lines of the landscape and turning each stalk into a delicate brushstroke of green and gold. Farmers work with quiet diligence, planting, harvesting, or tending the irrigation channels maintained for generations. Visitors can sense the intimate relationship between people and land, an unspoken understanding of balance, patience, and stewardship. Each step across the paddies, each glimpse of the horizon, encourages reflection on the cycles of life and the quiet perseverance required to honor them. Tra Kay Herb Village offers a sensory immersion unlike any other. The verdant greens cultivated by generations of farmers add fragrance, flavor, and vibrancy to Hoi An's cuisine. Walking among the herb beds, visitors can inhale the scents of basil, mint, coriander, and lemongrass, aromas that seem to carry the stories of the soil and the hands that nurtured it. Participating in harvesting, visitors discover the care and knowledge embedded in every leaf, when to pick, how to cut, and how to respect the plant so it continues to thrive. These lessons are subtle yet profound, revealing a cultural ethos in which connection to nature is inseparable from human well-being. Artisan communities, too, reveal the continuity and creativity of Hoi An's heritage. In Kim Bong Carpentry Village, the rhythmic tapping of chisels and the soft scrape of sandpaper fill the air. Wood is transformed into furniture, doors, statues, and intricate carvings, each infused with traditional motifs and techniques. Observing the artisans, one witnesses a quiet mastery honed over generations, precision, patience, and artistic intuition combined to shape raw materials into objects of enduring beauty. Participating, even minimally, offers a tactile lesson in focus and care, reminding visitors that artistry is both a product and a practice, a dialogue between human intention and natural material. Similarly, Thanh Ha Pottery Village reveals the marriage of tradition and creativity. Clay is shaped on spinning wheels, molded with hands guided by decades of inherited knowledge, and fired to create vessels that are at once functional and artistic. Visitors can feel the pliability of the clay, sense the tension of shaping it just so, and witness the transformation as the kiln renders the fragile into something permanent. Each piece carries a story of earth, water, fire, and human attention, a tangible link between generations and a testament to the enduring craft of Hoi An. Village life in Hoi An extends beyond labor, a living culture shaped by festivals, rituals, and communal activities. Seasonal celebrations, whether marking harvests, river blessings, or religious occasions, bring together families, friends, and neighbors. Smoke from ceremonial fires drifts across the fields, drums echo softly, and laughter fills the air. Visitors are invited to witness, learn, and sometimes participate, absorbing the sights and sounds and the underlying values of cooperation, respect, and continuity that sustain these communities. In these rural spaces, one learns patience, observation, and attentiveness, a day navigating waterways, walking through rice paddies, or helping prepare meals offers more than aesthetic pleasure, it nurtures a connection with the rhythms of life itself. Time slows, and travelers notice the interplay of light and shadow, wind and water, human presence and natural patterns. Each moment becomes an invitation to mindfulness, a chance to inhabit the landscape fully, and a reminder that beauty often resides in the unassuming, the ordinary, and the sustained. The contrast between the quiet villages and the bustling old town highlights the multifaceted nature of Hoi An. While the old town dazzles with architecture, lanterns, and history, the surrounding villages reveal the living foundations that support the city's soul. Here, life is measured by the sun, the tides, and the seasons rather than clocks or schedules. This slower rhythm teaches visitors to notice subtleties, appreciate small gestures, and align themselves with a pace that prioritizes balance and harmony. Walking through the villages and artisan workshops, travelers sense the continuity of life and tradition. Every basket boat, every chisel mark, every herb leaf is a lesson in care, intention, and respect for both craft and nature. The communities embody the idea that culture is not confined to museums or monuments, it is alive, breathing in the actions of people who honor the past while nurturing the present. Even momentarily, visitors become part of this living heritage, absorbing its lessons, rhythms, and quiet dignity. Hoi An's villages, waterways, and artisan communities offer a profound emotional experience. They provide a sanctuary where one can reconnect with the fundamentals of human existence: labor, creativity, patience, and communion with nature. Each interaction, observation, and mindful step fosters an understanding that life's richness is often embedded in daily practice. Attention to detail, and reverence for people and place. By the end of a day spent exploring these rural landscapes, a traveler leaves with more than memories of picturesque scenery. They carry a renewed perspective, a deeper awareness of the interconnection between human and natural systems, and a lingering appreciation for the subtle, persistent rhythms that sustain life and culture. Hoi An, in its villages, paddies, and workshops, offers not just sights to behold but lessons to carry forward, a gentle, lasting imprint on the heart. Here's the *7th 1000 to 1200 word section in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's emotional impact, reflective experiences, and the interplay between city, nature, and soul. Amid the lantern-lit streets, the gentle lapping of the Thu Bon River, and the whisper of wind through coconut groves, Hoi An offers something subtle and profound, a space for reflection. It is a city that does not merely display its history or culture, it invites you into it, allowing the heart and mind to participate in a rhythm that transcends the ordinary. Here, the external beauty of architecture, rivers, and fields becomes inseparable from the internal experience of mindfulness, serenity, and subtle emotional awakening. As one moves from street to riverbank, from market to workshop, the pace of life begins to reshape the visitor's own tempo. The cobblestones beneath bare feet, the flickering lanterns reflecting in the water, and the distant murmur of a street musician all serve as gentle reminders to breathe, observe, and be present. The outer world quiets in these moments, and the inner world expands. Thoughts that once raced begin to slow, worries dissolve, and a sense of calm takes root, a calm not imposed but drawn naturally from the environment. From the harmony of human activity, nature, and history, the river, primarily, provides a powerful mirror for contemplation. Visitors watch lanterns drift slowly downstream and notice how light interacts with water, creating patterns that shift with each current. The reflections of buildings, trees, and human figures merge and separate in the movement, reminding all who watch that life, like the river, is ever-changing, fleeting, and yet beautiful in its impermanence. Floating lanterns carry hopes and prayers, yet they also teach detachment, letting go, observing, and trusting the current of life to take what must be held. Nighttime walks along the riverbank reveal an intimacy that is hard to describe. The city's sounds, soft conversation, distant music, the occasional splash of water, blend seamlessly with natural sounds, the rustle of leaves, the call of birds settling for the night, and the whisper of the breeze across the river. In these moments, The boundary between human and environment seems to dissolve. Visitors feel a unity with the rhythms of the city and the natural world. Recognizing that life is a series of interconnected currents, each carrying memory, emotion, and vitality, even the simplest act, like releasing a lantern into the water, becomes profound. The lantern drifts away, its glow reflected in the rippling river, and the observer experiences a simultaneous sense of loss and renewal. In that fleeting moment, there is liberation from the need for external validation, a soft detachment from anxiety or expectation. The mind quiets, the heart opens, and one is left with a raw awareness of presence, being alive, and participating in a timeless ritual of hope and reflection. This emotional landscape is not confined to the river. Walking through the quiet alleyways after dusk, listening to the gentle stir of life behind doors, witnessing families preparing for the night, or observing artisans finishing their day's work, one becomes attuned to the delicate balance of existence in Hoi An. Life here is measured not in the rush of schedules or deadlines, but in water, wind, work, and celebration rhythms. Visitors who attune themselves to these rhythms discover a subtle clarity. That time can be fluid. Moments can be savored, and presence is a form of deep nourishment. The countryside surrounding the old town reinforces this lesson. Rice paddies gleam under the moonlight. Coconut trees sway gently in the evening breeze, and waterways mirror the sky in a serene dance of reflection. Here, the human touch, small boats drifting, farmers tending their land, children playing, intertwines with natural patterns to create a living harmony. Observing or participating in these scenes, visitors sense the quiet dignity of rural life, the patient wisdom of generations, and the interconnectedness of human endeavor with the cycles of nature. Even mundane tasks, like tending herbs in Tra K village or shaping clay in Thanh Ha, acquire new resonance in this reflective context. The repetitive motions, when approached with attention and care, become meditative. Each movement links the body to the mind, the past to the present, and the observer to the cultural fabric of Hoi An. Craftsmanship and labor here are not only functional, they are expressions of mindfulness, devotion, and continuity, offering visitors a tangible sense of the city's enduring spirit. Through these experiences, one begins to understand Hoi An as a city that nurtures emotional and spiritual growth. The beauty of its streets, river, and countryside is inseparable from the human interactions that animate them. The shared laughter of children, the quiet focus of artisans, the ceremonial gestures of festival participants. Each encounter, whether brief or extended, reinforces the sense that life's richness lies in connection between people, between humans and nature, and between the present moment and the living memory of the past. Hoi An's impact is cumulative. Moments of quiet reflection by the river, the gentle touch of lantern light, the scent of fresh herbs, the tactile engagement with clay or wood, and the observation of daily life all weave together into an immersive emotional experience. Visitors carry memories of scenic beauty and a profound understanding of serenity, patience, and human connection when they depart. The city imprints on the heart, teaching lessons far beyond the journey. Ultimately, what makes Hoi An exceptional is its seamless blending of history, culture, and nature into a lived experience. The old town, lanterns, festivals, river, rice fields, artisan workshops, and villages do not exist in isolation. They form a cohesive, living network that engages all senses, stimulates reflection, and fosters emotional renewal. Visitors are not merely observers, they are participants in a city that honors its past while nurturing the present and welcoming every heart with openness. A sense of completion emerges as the moon rises, casting silver light over the river and rooftops. With its lights, sounds, scents, and movements, the city has guided the traveler through external discovery and internal awakening. Every step, every glance, every sensation has invited presence, reflection, and emotional resonance. The visitor leaves with a renewed awareness that beauty is not only visual, but deeply felt, that peace is not given, but realized through immersion and attention, and that connection to people, to place, and to oneself is the greatest gift a journey can offer. Here's the asterisk 8th 1000 to 1200 word section asterisk in American English. Focusing on Hoi An's interplay of freedom, emotional release, and the spiritual sense of rebirth. In the quiet hours before dawn, when lanterns have dimmed and the city exhales, Hoi An offers a rare kind of liberation. Once busy with steps and chatter, the streets are empty save for the whisper of wind and the gentle lapping of the Thu Bon River. In this stillness, the traveler feels an unexpected freedom, a detachment from expectations, a suspension of the ordinary, and a moment to reconnect with the self in its purest form. Here, the city becomes not a destination, but a vessel for inner release. Walking along the river at this hour, one senses a profound expansiveness. The water, smooth as glass, reflects the first tentative hints of sunlight, the silhouettes of swaying palms, and the lingering glow of lanterns that will fade with the morning. Each ripple is a gentle reminder that life moves in cycles, carrying away burdens, illuminating paths, and offering renewal. Strolling, observing, breathing, and releasing tension becomes almost ritualistic, a deliberate practice of letting go. In this quiet communion with nature and place, one discovers that freedom is less about physical movement and more about the liberation of the mind and heart. The rural landscapes contribute to this sense of release. In the early hours, rice paddies glisten with dew, coconut groves sway softly, and birds rise in synchronized flight across the horizon. The natural world moves in a rhythm that does not demand, judge, or hurry, it simply exists. Patient and persistent. Observing this, travelers feel the weight of human concern lighten. The constancy of the earth, its cycles and patterns, offers reassurance and clarity. Each breath becomes deeper, each step lighter, as the mind aligns with the subtle cadence of life itself. Engaging with the artisan communities during this serene time magnifies the feeling of rebirth. Watching a potter's wheel spin, feeling clay respond to hands, and observing wood shaped into enduring forms are exercises in mindfulness and embodiment. They demonstrate that creation is inherently therapeutic. Through focus, patience, and intention, both material and spirit are shaped. Visitors absorb skills and the ethos of care and attention, a quiet wisdom that encourages patience, acceptance, and renewal. The interplay between city, nature, and human activity cultivates a gentle and profound emotional release. Lanterns drifting on the river, the faint sounds of distant festival preparation, and the aroma of early morning herbs coalesce into a sensory meditation. In these moments, the self feels simultaneously small and expansive, small in the vastness of landscape and time, vast in the awareness of being part of something enduring and alive. The heart loosens its grip on external validation, the mind eases its chatter, and a deep, effortless serenity emerges. Hoi An's old town, viewed in the soft light of early morning, underscores the sense of renewal. Walls, once glowing under lantern light, now bathe in the delicate palette of dawn, revealing textures, colors, and details that were unnoticed the night before. Shadows stretch, rooftops glimmer, and the river mirrors the awakening sky. This fleeting yet profound moment invites the traveler to pause, observe, and internalize the harmony between human endeavor and natural beauty. Here, the city teaches that rebirth is not an event but a process, a sequence of small awakenings, gentle realizations, and conscious presence. Even simple interactions, greeting a fisherman launching a small boat, observing children playing by the riverbank, listening to the distant song of birds, become catalysts for emotional release. These interactions are infused with authenticity, unmediated by artifice or performance. In response, the traveler feels unburdened, as if part of the city's continuous flow, contributing unknowingly to its ongoing life. This subtle participation fosters a deep sense of connection, a recognition that freedom and renewal emerge from both observation and engagement. The riverside and rural vistas further encourage introspection. Watching mist rise from paddies, the wind sway palms, and reflections ripple across waterways, one realizes that life is transient, cyclical, and interwoven. The awareness of impermanence becomes liberating rather than alarming. Each moment is precious, each action intentional, and each presence meaningful. Visitors find themselves inhabiting a space where worries, pressures, and external expectations dissipate, replaced by clarity, gratitude, and a gentle sense of possibility. Night and morning, city and countryside, human labor and natural flow, they converge in Hoi An to create a profound emotional liberation. The town becomes a teacher, guiding the heart to release attachment, the mind to quiet its incessant chatter, and the spirit to embrace the present fully. Visitors emerge with a renewed capacity to observe life with softness, patience, and wonder. The lessons of the city are subtle, yet enduring. Beauty is inseparable from mindfulness. Serenity arises from presence, and rebirth is an ongoing, participatory process. Travelers carry this newfound clarity by mid-morning as sunlight warms the streets and rivers. Every corner of Hoi An, the lanterns, the architecture, the river, the villages, the artisans, reminds them of the delicate interplay between effort and surrender. Activity and reflection, past and present, having opened space for freedom, release, and renewal. The city leaves a lasting impression, a quiet yet profound understanding that inner peace is cultivated through attention, participation, and connection with the external world and the inner self. Hoi An's final lesson is subtle but transformative. The city teaches that true liberation arises not from escape or accumulation, but from immersion, observation, and conscious engagement. By aligning with the place's natural, cultural, and human rhythms, travelers experience a spiritual rebirth that feels intimate and expansive. Hearts expand, minds clear, and the soul feels refreshed. The act of being present in Hoi An, at dawn or dusk, by river, street, or field, becomes a meditation, a practice of letting go, and embracing life's ephemeral beauty. Here's the *9th 1000 to 1200 word section * in American English. Focusing on the emotional climax, the release of tension, and the transformative moments of peace and self-realization in Hoi An. As the day unfolds and the rhythm of Hoi An continues, an emotional crescendo quietly builds. It is subtle at first, a heightened awareness of beauty, a sense of harmony with the surroundings, a recognition of the city's gentle wisdom, but gradually, it grows into a profound internal release. The lantern-lit streets, the river's reflective surface, the whisper of palms, the aroma of herbs and fresh cuisine, all converge to create a moment of emotional intensity that is both liberating and illuminating. By this point, the traveler is no longer merely observing, they participate fully. Absorbed in the city's living narrative, every sight, sound, and scent resonates deeply, the soft clap of a craftsman's chisel, the laughter of children chasing lanterns, the glint of sunlight on flowing water, the gentle sway of a basket boat navigating the paddies. Each experience layers upon the last, creating a sensory and emotional engagement symphony. The heart, which may have carried the weight of expectation, worry, or fatigue, begins to release slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, then with increasing fluidity. It is along the Thu Bon River that this release becomes most tangible. Sitting by the water, watching lanterns drift, observing the mirrored reflections of the city, the traveler experiences a profound letting go. Thoughts that once circled endlessly, the pressures of life, the demands of work, the uncertainty of the future, fade into the background. In their place arises clarity, acceptance, and an intimate connection to the present moment. The river seems to participate in the emotional cleansing, carrying away the accumulated tension like the currents carry floating lanterns downstream. This sense of liberation extends to every aspect of the city. In the lantern-filled streets, one feels infinite and grounded, connected yet untethered, aware of history yet fully immersed in the now. Every interaction, every sound, every flicker of light reinforces a subtle truth: that serenity is not a destination, but a cultivated awareness. Through presence, observation, and gentle participation, the heart unclenches, the mind relaxes, and a sense of renewal permeates every cell of the body. The climax is not dramatic or loud, it is internal, delicate, and profoundly moving. It arrives as a series of realizations that beauty resides in small details, that life's rhythms can soothe if one pays attention, that connection with people, place, and nature fosters profound inner balance. The city has guided travelers through history, craft, cuisine, festivals, countryside, and rivers. The sum of these experiences manifests as an emotional release that feels cathartic and enlightening. In this moment, the external world and internal consciousness merge. The warm glow of lanterns, the river's reflective surface, the sway of palm trees, and the distant hum of activity all align with the traveler's inner rhythm. Thoughts become fluid, emotions flow freely, and a sense of spiritual lightness emerges. It is as if every accumulated worry, every residue of stress, every tension in body and mind has been carried away by the city's gentle current, leaving behind clarity, peace, and a luminous sense of possibility. The countryside continues to play a role in this emotional apex. Mist rising from rice paddies, the gentle flutter of birds taking flight, the caress of morning breeze on skin, and the soft sounds of rural life contribute to a complete immersion. Here, one feels the perfection of simplicity, the wisdom of patience, and the interconnectedness of life. The release is no longer just emotional, it becomes spiritual. The traveler realizes that peace is not granted externally but arises from harmonizing with the flow of life, noticing subtle rhythms, and embracing the impermanence of each moment. Artisan workshops, too, reinforce this sense of transformation. Observing a potter shaping clay, a carpenter carving wood, or an herb farmer tending to vibrant greens, one witnesses devotion, focus, and love embodied in action. Repeated over centuries, these acts symbolize persistence, continuity, and the beauty of deliberate attention. For the observer, participating or merely witnessing becomes a meditative practice. Through this engagement, the traveler's sense of self dissolves into the larger flow of human endeavor and natural harmony, further deepening the feeling of emotional liberation. The city's festivals and riverside rituals add a final layer of emotional richness. Floating lanterns, full moon celebrations, and early morning rituals demonstrate the city's cyclical understanding of life, encouraging the traveler to embrace continuity, impermanence, and renewal. Each ritual, each offering, each floating candle reinforces the lesson that surrendering to the flow, whether of water, light, or life itself, brings liberation. The cumulative effect of these experiences is an expansive sense of lightness, a quiet jubilation that arises from alignment with the city's enduring rhythms. In this state, the traveler experiences a rebirth, freed from the constraints of expectation, self-judgment, or the need for external validation. The mind, body, and heart feel simultaneously lighter and more grounded. Presence becomes effortless. Awareness of beauty, connection, and serenity is immediate. The city has orchestrated an emotional journey that culminates in holistic release through its streets, rivers, lanterns, countryside, artisans, cuisine, and rituals. Every element, past and present, human and natural, has contributed to this awakening. The emotional climax of Hoi An is not simply a feeling but an integration. Visitors' senses, thoughts, and emotions converge into clarity and openness. The city has acted as both guide and mirror, reflecting what is essential and stripping away what is superfluous. In the quiet that follows, the traveler feels unburdened, luminous, and ready to re-engage with the world from a place of grounded calm, renewed perspective, and inner alignment. In this final stage, the city's lesson becomes unmistakable. True transformation arises from mindful engagement, attentiveness to subtle rhythms, and the willingness to release. One discovers a deep, enduring serenity by surrendering to the experience of place, its rivers, streets, craft, cuisine, festivals, and countryside. In Hoi An, the journey outward through history, culture, and natural beauty mirrors a journey inward, toward freedom, emotional release, and spiritual rebirth. Here's the asterisk 10th and final 1,000 to 1,200 word section asterisk in American English. Culminating the journey with ultimate emotional release, inner peace, and serene reflection, As the journey through Hoi An reaches its conclusion, the city offers its final gift, a sense of complete serenity, an emotional unclenching, and a profound reconnection with the self. The lantern-lit streets, the reflective rivers, the swaying palms, and the quiet villages have guided the traveler through centuries of history, culture, and natural beauty, each step building toward this ultimate experience of peace. The heart and mind align naturally in this delicate balance of observation and participation. The early morning light spreads across the cobblestone streets, warming the faded walls of ancient houses and casting long, gentle shadows. The river glistens like polished glass, its surface reflecting the city and the traveler's inner landscape. There is a stillness that invites contemplation, a silence that allows one to hear the soft rhythm of the self, and a clarity that comes from having experienced the city in all its dimensions. Every lantern, every ripple, every sound resonates as part of a symphony of presence and renewal. In these moments, freedom is complete. It is not the freedom of departure, escape, or detachment from life. It is a more profound liberation. It is freedom from the need for validation, the weight of expectation, and the subtle burdens we often carry unconsciously. The city's energy, rhythms, and delicate interplay of human and natural elements have shown that such liberation comes from alignment with surroundings, others, and most importantly, oneself. It is the sense that one can exist fully, without pretense, without striving, simply in harmony with what is. The emotional release is palpable. The heart, which may have held tension or anticipation, now moves freely with the river's rhythm and the tree's sway. Thoughts, once insistent, become fluid, washing in and out like the gentle currents of water. There is a spaciousness that allows reflection without clinging, gratitude without attachment, and love without expectation. The traveler becomes aware of the profound beauty and simplicity, the joy in stillness, and the quiet power of mindful attention. This serenity extends beyond mere observation. It is experiential. Walking through quiet alleys, hearing distant birds, touching the smooth surfaces of old walls, or releasing a lantern into the river all become meditation. Each motion, each gesture, each inhalation of the fragrant air contributes to a state of gentle awakening. The city, in its entirety, has become a living teacher, guiding through experience rather than instruction, showing rather than telling, and leading to a rare and enduring internal balance. The countryside surrounding the city reinforces this culmination. Rice paddies, still gleaming with morning dew, seem to breathe with the wind, their green expanses a canvas for reflection. Coconut groves sway gently, their silhouettes mirrored in the waterways below. Village life awakens gradually, yet it does so in harmony with natural rhythms rather than imposing upon them. Observing, listening, and participating in this flow brings the traveler into a state of unity, not only with the land and its people, but with the timeless cadence of existence itself. Artisan workshops, too, offer a sense of closure. The potter shapes clay deliberately. The carpenter traces each carved line with focus and intention, and the herbalist tends plants grown for generations, repeated over centuries. These acts are small yet profound demonstrations of patience, mindfulness, and respect for process. Witnessing and engaging in them, the traveler internalizes a lesson, when undertaken with care and awareness. Creation is a path to serenity and renewal. Even the remnants of the city's festivals, fading lanterns, music echoes, drifting aromas, linger as gentle reminders of connection and presence. They evoke the continuity of culture and the delicate balance between celebration and reflection. Observing these traces, one senses how fleeting moments, when fully embraced, leave lasting impressions on both heart and mind. The city teaches that the ephemeral is not to be mourned but cherished, and that participation in life's rhythms, however temporary, brings profound fulfillment. By the time the sun rises fully, casting golden warmth over rooftops, rivers, and fields, the traveler reaches a state of emotional and spiritual integration. The journey through Hoi An has moved from visual wonder to tactile engagement, from sensory immersion to reflective clarity, and from participation in culture to deep personal insight. The city has facilitated an unfolding of awareness, guiding visitors to recognize beauty, embrace presence, and release what is unnecessary. This culmination is characterized by a quiet exhilaration, a gentle elation born of freedom from the external and internal constraints often weighing on daily life. The traveler feels grounded and expansive, intimately connected to the city and its rhythms, yet detached from the pressures of expectation or judgment. It is the emotional apex of the journey, the final release, the conscious awakening, and the sense of being fully alive in the present. In this state, one recognizes that Hoi An is more than a city or destination. It is a guide to awareness, a mirror for the heart, and a sanctuary for the soul. Its streets, rivers, villages, artisans, cuisine, and lanterns are all conduits for reflection, connection, and emotional renewal. To experience Hoi An fully is to participate in a living meditation, to embrace the impermanence of life, and to emerge with a profound sense of clarity, peace, and balance. As the morning deepens, a gentle feeling of rebirth settles over the traveler. Freed from the compulsion to perform, judge, or seek validation, the self becomes lighter, more open, and more receptive. Every sensory impression, every interaction, every quiet moment along the river or in the alleys contributes to this renewal. There is a sense of starting anew, not as an escape from life, but as a deeper alignment with it, an awareness that serenity and joy are cultivated through mindfulness, presence, and connection. Hoi An's final lesson is subtle and profound. Inner peace is achieved not through control, accumulation, or striving, but through participation, observation, and the gentle release of attachment. The city teaches that freedom, clarity, and joy are inherent in aligning with life's rhythms, honoring tradition, and fully inhabiting each moment. Travelers depart not merely with memories or souvenirs, but with a transformed perspective, luminous, enduring awareness of balance, beauty, and the profound capacity for emotional and spiritual renewal. In this quiet, radiant state, the visitor feels untethered yet anchored, present yet expansive, and deeply connected to both the world outside and the inner world within. It is the culmination of a journey through history, culture, nature, and human creativity, an emotional crescendo that leaves the soul renewed and the heart light. This is the final, transformative gift of Hoi An, the ability to release, to embrace presence, and to experience the world with clarity, gratitude, and serenity.